All right, good evening, everyone. Heidi?
Yep.
Try it again.
This is a meeting of the Township Committee, May 4th, 2026. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk all on January 9th, 2026. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeewoman Kratz. Here. Committeeman Sedembrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go a little bit out of order because we certainly have a special guest with us here tonight. We have Mayor George Hoff from Keansburg who would like to read a letter. Mayor, please feel free. Thanks for being here tonight, my friend.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members, and thank you to the public for allowing me to be here today. As most of you know, on March 28th of this year, Keansburg was set to have their their St. Patrick's Day parade. Unfortunately, it was interrupted by a gentleman who planted a homemade incendiary device. The parade had to be evacuated and the area had to be secured. Prior to that happening, Middletown Police Department had supplied us with 8 auxiliary officers. And after the incident, they had supplied us with a K-9 unit officer. So on behalf of the Keansburg Parade Committee and the Keansburg Borough Council, I would like to present this letters to you. I do not have the officers' names, so I'm hoping, Tony, that you can put these names in there. For the going above and beyond the call of duty by these officers, not only in helping prior to the parade, which they usually do with traffic, but staying around afterwards and making sure that the area was secure. So I commend the Middletown Police Department, the Auxiliary Department, and the K-9 unit for their help and their professional service that day. So I can present these to you, and you can present them to Chief Weber and the Middletown Auxiliary Police Departments and the K-9 unit officers. So on behalf of the Mayor and Council of Keansburg and the Keansburg Parade Committee, I present you these letters.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you for your time. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
All right, Heidi.
Our first presentation of tonight is the Middletown America 250 quilt by Rebecca's Real Quilt Guild. If you please come forward.
So good evening, everyone. It's an honor to have these 4 distinguished ladies here with us today. When we started the America 250 Committee in 2020, the end of 2023, early 2024, Maureen had come and said that the ladies of our quilting group over at Porsey Park would like to make with their own hands a beautiful quilt to commemorate America's semi-quincentennial or 250-year. See, I practiced that all morning. Semi-quincentennial, and have been working very, very hard on this. And today they're here to present all of the efforts that they have made over so many months and so much time. And we are very excited to see. In fact, about 4 months ago, I want to say 5 months ago, Tara and I came down here to try and figure out where this quilt was going to go and be displayed in town hall. And we decided that it would be displayed right here in our courtroom to not only show off the amazing talents of our quilters, but to continue to celebrate America's semi-quincentennial. So, Maureen? Oh, wow. So Rick can't use this as a blanket, correct?
It's up to you, Mayor.
Yeah, no, the answer is no. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that with the official American 250 seal.
Remember, that was your request?
I think it was my request, but it looks beautiful, but the township's logo in the middle is just absolutely outstanding. So congratulations to you for such an unbelievable effort. Thank you to everyone that's made this possible. It's absolutely unbelievable, and look forward to seeing it hung up right away. And I know Maureen will be checking for it. You have a favor to ask, no problem.
Great time to ask.
On the spot.
Right, but this is the Quilt Guild's 40th anniversary. We didn't plan it to coincide with 250, but it just happened that way. And to celebrate our 40th anniversary in June, we're displaying a variety of our quilts in the community room of the library.
Okay,
So what we would like to do.
you want to borrow it already? You're giving it to me now and taking it already, okay. You promise? Okay, all right.
Big centerpiece of our quilt display in the community room in the library, which will be open from June 4th, I think, June 3rd to the 27th, and we will have a small closing reception on the 27th.
All right, I think we can let you have it for that amount of time.
Thank you so much.
Let's give them a big round of applause.
Just have a quick question. How long did it take to make it?
Elapsed time, it's probably not over 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
3 or 4 months.
And that's because we had several people working on it, and we had to send it, one of our long-arm quilters did the quilting, some of the quilting. And so there were several people involved, so a lot of the time was just, handing it off to the next person.
And all that detail inside is all hand done as well,
Yes.
No,
correct?
it's inside the sheet.
Right, but the connections here,
Yes, these are pieces that were sewn together. By the ladies by quilt.
I sure will. I would love to.
Quilting holds the three layers together, the top, the batting in the middle, and the back.
and I love the back too.
Yeah, just wild.
I was impressed with the back when I saw it before, but really impressed when I saw it in front. Wow.
Yeah.
Rick was really asking that question because he needs a new duvet, so he was wondering how long it would take. Yeah.
Years, so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
Thank you all very much. Ravens? Oh, let's just leave Ravens can take it. Yeah.
Is everyone ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And she can blame it on me that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful job.
Always. Yeah.
Our next presentation tonight, we have the presentation recognizing May 1st through May 7th as, as Elks Youth Week in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I'd like to invite members of the Middletown Elks Lodge 2179 and their children to join Mayor Perry at the front of the room.
Don't be shy. Ready? So it's once again an honor and a thank you to Middletown Elks Lodge 2179 for not just dedicating themselves to one week towards our youth, but dedicating everything that they do towards our community. You know, it's easy to proclaim a week. It's easy to proclaim something that's celebrated all across the country and through the Elks all across our state and across the country. But it's really the Elks Lodge 2179 that does so much. And so much, I've said it before here and I'll say it again. It's those random acts of kindness that the Elks exemplify, whether it's their youth sports leagues that they run and the breakfast that they have each year. This year, for the first time, not on the same day as the Rumson St. Patrick's Day Parade. But just working with our children, working with our youth, making sure that they have whatever they need. I'll never forget this, and I know I've told this story before. But a few years back, there was a little girl, a mother, who was in need because her child was struggling to walk. And it was a Facebook post, or a random Facebook post. But it was Elks Lodge number 2179 that went out and bought the walker that made that girl's life just a little bit better. And when we went to recognize the Elks for that, this little girl was zipping all around the Elks Lodge, kind of like Eddie does. And it's one of those things that just makes your heart fill up with joy and gratitude that there's a group of people out there that's always looking to make the smallest impact and not ask for anything. But to those individuals, to those kids that you're helping, to the families that you're helping, to the youth that you support through basketball, soccer, all the activities, the scholarships that you all give out. It feels funny to give a proclamation for Youth Week because the Elks define that 365 days a year through their ambassadors, helping out families. This year, another unbelievable story of a family in need that took a child who was not theirs and cared for, provided love and support to. So Elks Lodge number 2179 deserves much more when in recognizing Youth Week. It deserves our gratitude every single day. So let's give a big round of applause for our. But we are here to celebrate Elks Youth Week, right? Okay. So on behalf of the Township Committee, I'm incredibly humbled and honored once again to recognize all that the Elks do. I mean, to everyone that's sitting here, thank you all for everything that you do, because it means the world, and providing our kids with the ability to go out there and have opportunities that maybe they wouldn't normally, and to support the families is absolutely incredible. And we're so grateful that you're all out there.
Thank you.
So on behalf of the Township Committee, the Order of the Elks has designated the week of May 1st to the 7th, 2026 as Elks Youth Week to honor America's junior citizens for their accomplishments and to give fitting recognition of their services to our community, state, and nation. Middletown Elks Lodge number 2179 sponsors an observance during this week in tribute to our junior citizens of the Township of Middletown. And no event could be more deserving of our support and participation than one dedicated to these young people who represent the nation's greatest resource and who in the years ahead will assume the responsibility for the advancement of a free society. Our youth need guidance, inspiration, and encouragement, which we alone can give in order to help develop those qualities of character essential for future leadership. And to achieve this worthy objective, we should demonstrate our partnership with youth, our understanding of their hopes and aspirations, and a sincere willingness to help prepare them in every way for the responsibilities and opportunities of citizenship. And being truthful, being dedicated, being honest, not creating dissent for the sake of dissent. You are all exemplifying those duties and responsibilities. So therefore, I, Mayor Tony Perry, and the Middletown Township Committee do hereby proclaim May 1st to the 7th, 2026 as Elks Youth Week in the Township of Middletown, and urge all departments of government, civic, fraternal, and patriotic groups and our citizens to generally to participate wholeheartedly in this annual observance. Congratulations and thank you guys for everything you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You don't know much about our organization. We are distinctively American. We take care of our veterans, we take care of our senior citizens, but the most important resource we have in our community and in our country is our children. That's what the Youth Activities Committee is all about. So if you have any questions about any of the things we do, we want to get more children involved in it. These children are involved. We have a soccer shootout, we have a hoop shoot, and we have youth activity breakfast. We concentrate so much on our youth because it's our best natural resource we have. So I want to thank the mayor and the township committee for this proclamation. We will continue to do the work we do because it's paid off greatly. Thank you very much.
Great. What's that?
Bring in more people.
Back then.
Pictures? You don't want to speak the other.
Okay, ready, everybody?
One more, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Let's give a big round of applause for our next.
Thank you. Good job.
See, right? Come on, for Mikey.
Oh, yeah, that was quick.
Yes, that's great.
Thank you. God, guys, thanks for coming.
You got me. That's good. Lord. Yeah.
We have an officer walk out with the quilt.
Maureen's leaving with our quill.
Let's see. Only thing on you.
Go on, George. All right.
We have our next presentation recognizing May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month in the Township of Middletown. I'd like to invite Be the Difference representatives Olivia O'Brien and Gracie Houlihan to join the mayor at the front of the room.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Olivia O'Brien.
I love this already. I don't have to do any talk. Live for it.
And my name is Grace Houlihan, and we are both current seniors at Middletown High School South. We are so beyond proud to be here today to talk about Be the Difference. Be the Difference started in 2023 as a simple idea, just wanting to do something that could help our community in need. Since that first walk, it's grown into something incredibly meaningful. Together, we've raised over $35,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's New Jersey chapter, helping it support education, resources, and real people who need it. Every May, during Mental Health Awareness Month, we come together for this walk. It's not just about walking, it's about breaking the stigma around mental health and creating a space where people feel comfortable talking, sharing, and being themselves. This year, the walk will take place on Sunday, May 31st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and we really hope to see as many people there as possible. Bring your friends, your family, everyone is welcome. There's going to be student volunteers, music, refreshments, and different organizations sharing information and resources. But more than anything, it's about the people who show up and the support we give each other just by being there. At the end of the day, this is bigger than just one event. Every conversation, every step, and every person who shows up helps make a difference. It shows that mental health matters and that it's okay to ask for help. So please share these details and follow along with Be the Difference. So as we move forward, let's keep showing up for each other, keep being kind, and keep choosing to be the difference. Thank you. Find more information on our Instagram at @BeTheDifference_NJ.
Let's give them a big round of applause. So right before the meeting started, I went over and Tara introduced me to these two young ladies and said, I think they're a little nervous. Never once has anyone walked up here and said something before I did, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Amazing job. The Be the Difference walk has really been an inspirational one, starting over at the Middletown Arts Center and coming right here to Town Hall. It's an amazing event, filled with positivity, gratitude towards each other. Just a wonderful sight. And I love the fact, absolutely love the fact that it is run by young people. Love the fact that so much time, energy, commitment goes into the walk. As precise as it goes, it's all done by our seniors and the students at Middletown High School South. It's been nothing but a success. It grows every year. Your impact grows every year. So obviously, we all know somebody that has suffered with mental health issues. It is not something that any of us can escape because it impacts us, whether it being ourselves or whether it being someone we love, friend, family member, because nearly 1 in 5 Americans suffer from mental health issues. So the fact that young people are willing to stand up, and I also love the fact even more that this idea was brought to me originally by Piper Wyman, and the fact that she is now off, and I know still involved, but off at San Diego State University. The fact that it has continued and new people each year get involved and demonstrate their commitment to this. You're doing a wonderful job. Look forward to the walk on May 31st. And, I always walk with Rick and, he tries to tell me to step it up a little bit every once in a while. But it's an amazing opportunity. So I encourage everybody, follow him on Instagram. If you can register, participate. It's a short walk, but an impactful one. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you for carrying the mantle and appreciate everything that you do. And we'll see you on May 31st. All right. Congratulations. There you go. You did great. And then you came to papers and that was.
I didn't recognize you outside of your dance outfits. Grace,
She didn't recognize you in a suit.
yeah, Grace dances with both of my daughters, so we get to see each other under different circumstances.
Supposedly Ryan said he can dance, is that true?
I'd love to see.
The dancing dads are pretty good.
Dancing dads.
Did you want to see? Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Give another big round of applause.
Yeah.
Congratulations, thank you so much.
At this time, we're going to take a 2-minute recess.
Right, Heidi.
I'm going to continue on with some presentations and proclamations for the record. We have a proclamation recognizing May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Municipal Clerks Week in the Township of Middletown.
Hang on,
Thank you.
well, I was about to say something.
Oh.
So, while we're recognizing May 3rd to the 9th as Municipal Clerks Week, I just want to say, Heidi, Amy, thank you for everything that you do for the township. Running it, getting these agendas ready, fulfilling all your obligations. It's much appreciated. And the town, I think I can speak for the entire township committee and for the administration in saying thank you for everything that you do on a daily basis. So thank you very, very, very much.
We appreciate it. At this time, we have a proclamation recognizing May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Small Business Week in the Township of Middletown. We have a proclamation recognizing May 10th through the 16th, 2026 as Police Week in the Township of Middletown. And a proclamation recognizing May 17th to the 23rd, 2026 as EMS Week in the Township of Middletown. And a proclamation recognizing May 25th as 2026 as Memorial Day in the Township of Middletown. At this time, we have Resolution 26-131, a resolution authorizing the Township Clerk to read the budget by title.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt Resolution 26-131. At this time, we have the CFO conducting the budget presentation for the 2026 municipal operating budget.
Thank you, Heidi. I'm going to go through a short PowerPoint presentation to just,
I get it now. You did your entire budget presentation in Star Wars theme because it's May the 4th.
it's May the 4th.
Okay.
Whoops.
It's even scrolling like the opening credits of Star Wars. Go ahead, Colleen.
Thank you. All right, there it goes. Sorry. So yes, I am going to do this, except I keep losing my mouse for some reason. But there it is. Okay, so the budget process starts very early on. We will adopt the budget soon, and within 2 months after adoption, we've started the process for the next budget. When it really starts to become real is in the fall. That's when we send out the internal budget request sheets to the departments. We request revenue estimates and budget requests for the upcoming year. And then once we have those, we then start scheduling meetings with each of our department heads. We do that through the fall. We try and come up with a draft budget. Once the year closes, the fiscal year closes at December 31st, we start to finalize some of the numbers. We prepare our 2025, and this year, 2026, we prepared our 2025 financial documents. We did second and third rounds of department level budget meetings. There are certain departments, like Ted sitting next to me. Ted has a lot of budgets, and his meetings are typically very long, and we usually look at them more than once to make sure that we've captured everything and that we're budgeting as appropriately as possible. Then comes the spring, and we met with the township committee members separately to review the budget prior to introduction. Of course, before that, there's discussions and other meetings that go on internally, but it is a very long process, and we spend a lot of time on it. I always begin with all of the budget requests included. This year, when we did that, it created an increase of over $12.5 million, which would have been a 19.08% increase. Where we ended was an increase of a little under $2 million, $1,953,765. And that is a 2.97% increase on the tax levy. It wasn't an easy process by any means. This year was particularly challenging for many reasons, some anomalous, some that were ongoing, some that are recent additions to the budget. One of the things that made this budget even more difficult was that everybody is dealing with economic difficulties, whether it's on a personal level, industry level, everybody's struggling. But so are we. You know, our raw costs have gone up, our health benefits, our utilities, things like that. And like I said, I have listed here for 2026 some of our larger increases, health benefits. That was a nearly $3 million increase, but on our budget, we're self-insured for our health benefits. And while that was a large increase, it's a little bit over 23% in comparison to some others, and certainly to state health benefits, which increased by over 36%. It was more palatable than some other increases that other people are dealing with, but it was still a difficult thing. And you have to fit it in while fitting in all of the other increases as well. Our other insurances went up $250,000. We had a lot of snow this year. That budget went up $375,000. Our utilities increased about $200,000. Additionally, we have an anomalous year this year with payroll and our hourly workers. It's a 27 payroll period year, so that increased our payroll expenses a bit. And we've had other things like affordable housing lawsuits. Those are included in this budget. They've been included for the past few years. I want to be clear that that's budgeted within this operating budget. We don't look to any other funding sources for those. So all of that is included so that we can still give the services and the voice that we're being asked to give. Budget expenses, this is a pie chart that shows, I mean, it's not surprising the salary and wages are your largest part of the budget. Operating expenses, which is basically what supports all of the departments on their day-to-day expenses, that comes in next. Insurance costs, as I mentioned, are also large. So that's really kind of the breakdown. There's smaller items on there. There's, you know, our shared service agreements and some capital investments and debt service. But for the most part, that's what it costs to run the town. That's what it costs to provide the services. This is a levy breakdown from last year. It's always 1 year behind because all of the levies have not yet been struck. This just shows for the taxes that, you know, where again a tax dollar goes, 22% stays here to pay for the things that we just talked about. 61% goes to the school to support their operations. There's some other smaller amounts. The county gets a little over 10% for the services that they provide. And I just want to be clear on this as well. This is simply a result of the levies that are struck by each entity. We simply add them together, we divide, and that shows what the percentage of the tax dollar is. This is not something that we get to determine. We don't get to take a tax dollar and decide that so much goes to each entity. It's really a result the other way around of what each entity decides that their tax levy is going to be for the year. One of the things we talk about the levy, I wanted to take a little bit of time too to talk about some costs in our municipal budget. One of the things with municipal government is here in New Jersey, the municipality is responsible for assessing, billing, collecting, distributing all of the tax levies for all of the entities. So with that, in our budget, we have to budget for those costs. In every municipality, there's 4 statutory officers, and 2 of those are your tax collector and your tax assessor. Can't have a town without them. And within them, they are the ones, the assessor does the assessing, determines the value of the properties. The tax collector, once the levies are struck and the rates are struck, they do the billing, they do the collecting. And then once the levies are in, we have to pay to the other entities based on a schedule that's either set by statute or agreed upon. So for that, we have to fund and fill the tax collection office, tax assessment office. There's also another line in our budget called the reserve for uncollected taxes. And that is really what some people might know as an allowance for doubtful accounts. Because again, we must by law pay every other entity their 100% levy, and we get what's remaining. So if for some reason people don't pay their taxes, we have to have money built into the budget so that our levy is also able to cover our costs. So we have to have for that. And also we pay out any tax appeal refunds, comes completely out of the municipality. None of the other entities contribute towards that. So for 2026, all of those costs are about $2.8 million. And in addition, we have a reserve that we keep off of the books that was built by budget appropriations over the years. That's in excess of $2 million because you can have some very large state tax appeals that could come through. And we always want to make sure that we have money sitting to cover any of those that might end up coming for us for refund. This is just talking again about the reserve for tax appeals. One of the things about the costs that I just discussed is that if we were apportioning these the way we do the tax dollar, as opposed to us footing the 2.8 million, we'd be about 620,000. So that leaves well over 2 million in the budget that we take on the cost of for the other entities. And this is not something that's just here in Middletown. I want that to be clear. This is across New Jersey. That's just the way the system is set up. And I'm only saying it because I just think it's something important for everybody to understand. For the municipal government, unfortunately, there's no aid for any of this. There's no grants for any of this. It's just something we have to budget for. So from 2025 to 2026, as I mentioned, our municipal levy is increasing $1,953,765. Our tax rate is decreasing. That's a result of simple calculation that I have on here. The average residential assessment increased from $727,772 to $785,304 from 2025 to 2026. For the average residential home, the 2026 municipal budget will result in about just over $6 a month in an increase, about $70 to $72 for the year, which again covers all the costs of police and DPW and recreation and everything else that we do here. So on this, I gave a little example of how the tax rate is struck, just so that everybody understands that when the assessed values of the town increase, all that does is increase the denominator on the tax rate calculation. There's no additional dollars that come with that. So here I just showed simply that if you had a levy of $1,000 and your net valuation taxable last year was 10,000, then your rate would be the 0.1. And then say this year, our net valuation taxable is 11,000, the levy is 1,000. You can see that it reduces the rate slightly. There, again, it doesn't increase the levy. It just simply changes the tax rate calculation. This is something that I show every year because I think it's important to show. As a municipality, we really don't get state aid. What we get from the state is called energy receipts tax. And we used to collect that locally many, many years ago, and the state decided that it would be better if they collected it and redistributed it back to all the municipalities. But the problem is where that revenue used to increase each year, it's remained flat virtually since 2010. And this goes all the way back to 2001. So you can see that for 2026, if we were collecting at the rate that we should, that would be over $13 million in this revenue, where we're still at $6,117,015. And that's a difference of nearly $7 million. And so our increase this year is under 2 million. This would have easily covered that and much more. And since 2002, the calculated shortage based on this revenue not growing, we would have collected over $103 million in those years additional. And our budget this year is $106 million. So I'm just trying to show what an impact this is, that, you know, for us, for the people of Middletown, this shortage on this revenue is really impacting everybody. And it's something that I talk about every year. And I hope that someday it's rectified, but it's been many, many years, obviously. And nothing has changed at the state level, but this is important because we don't get any other kind of state aid directly for tax relief. That's what this would be. With that, I don't know if there's anything else, but I just want to leave you with, as may the 4th be with you. And Yoda said it before it was cool.
All right. Any questions from the Township Committee regarding the budget? Kev? No? Okay. Colleen, I just want to say thank you to you and Trish. The number of hours that I was a part of is dwarfed in comparison to what you and Trish put into this, and all of our department heads, Tony, everybody that's involved in the process. I think year after year, you demonstrate how a budget should be presented simply and to the point, and I think that's great. But I can still hear Trish banging away on her keyboard in the conference room, adjusting the budget. But to know where, you know, with all the budget requests, and it's imperative that the department heads put all their budget requests in, well knowing that they're not going to get all those. Ted? Yeah.
Get them and get them cut.
What?
Or get them cut.
Yeah, yeah. And Ted knows that all too well. But when I say that we spent, 48 hours together over the course of months, going line by line, 5,000, 10,000, looking at each one because of how imperative it is to not only provide the services that we're statutorily required to, that we provide our residents, trash collection, all those things that, even though those aren't in the cost drivers, you took my question about where the state health benefits plan was, because I think I ask that every single year. I just want to say thank you to you and Trish and the finance team and Tony and everybody that's involved. Thank you to all the department heads that understand when millions of dollars get cut from your budget requests. Ted, again. But without sacrificing the services that our residents expect. And planning that out for future and understanding when things can be bought and when they can't. So just once again say thank you to everybody that was involved. All right, Heidi. Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
This means that the budget has been introduced and approved, and we'll have a public hearing on June 4th, 2026.
And just to clarify for everybody, we are required to have budget out for 30 days, which is the rationale for the meeting being on June 4th. Okay, Heidi.
At this time, we have approval of minutes for April 8th, 2026 workshop meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. At this time, we have public hearing on proposed ordinances. Our first ordinance, 2026-3503, a bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $4,226,000 for various capital improvements by and for the Township of Middletown in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $2,886,315 in bonds or notes of the township for financing part of the appropriation.
Any member of the public wish to make a public comment on ordinance number 2026-3503? Okay, seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have 2026-3504, an ordinance establishing requirements for inspection of lead-based paint in certain residential dwellings within the Township of Middletown.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3504? Okay, that's good. Nobody's in favor of lead-based paint. Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinances, but at this time, I'd like to announce that we're going to remove 2026-3507, 3508, and 3509, and we're going to move them to the June 4th meeting. So at this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinance 2026-3510, an ordinance authorizing the sale of certain properties owned by the Township of Middletown not required for public purposes pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13 et sec.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held June 4th, 2026. At this time, we have ordinance 2026-3511, a traffic ordinance regarding Caldwell Avenue and Claremont Avenue prohibiting trucks over 4 tons.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held June 4th, 2026. At this time, we have ordinance 2026-3512, an ordinance amending Chapter 240-23 of the Township Code establishing fees for Police Youth Week participants.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held June 4th, 2026. At this time, we have 2026-3513, an ordinance authorizing execution of certain deeds with Monmouth Hills.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held June 4th, 2026. At this time, we have the consent agenda, which would include resolutions 26-134, through 26-153, removing 26-133 and 26-149 for a separate vote.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yeah.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda. At this time, we have Resolution 26-133, a resolution authorizing fireworks display for Riverview Foundation on July 3rd, 2026.
Make a motion. Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Recuse.
Motion carries to pass this resolution with recusal noted. At this time, we have 26-149, a resolution authorizing fireworks display for Beacon Hill Country Club on 7/1/26.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Recuse.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this resolution with recusal noted. At this time, we have the Township Committee acting as the ABC issuing authority. We have Resolution 26-154, a resolution authorizing a person-to-person, place-to-place transfer for liquor license 1331-33-001.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this, adopt this resolution, excuse me. At this time, we have Township Committee comments.
Committeeman Clark.
Thank you, Mayor and Heidi. This past weekend, myself and Mayor Perry had the opportunity to go visit with Troop 14 out of Leonardo, a Girl Scout troop, who spent an afternoon of their time walking around town with claws, picking up garbage all over the place in preparation for the America 250 and setting an example for the community as to what we should be doing to keep our streets and our neighborhoods clean. It was a really nice thing that they did. And while I was running errands in the area, I saw them in different places during the day. And that group of young ladies had a really good time with a really nice group of people leading them. So I just want to congratulate them on doing a little bit to make our community better. We recognized EMS Week at the beginning of this meeting, and I have to thank the EMS because if it wasn't for them in 1994, I wouldn't have began my journey of volunteerism in Middletown. I joined Landcroft First Aid when I was a senior in high school, my October of my senior year, and that started my trajectory in volunteerism. So the EMS has been an integral part of our community. My grandfather was a member actually in the 1960s, which I didn't know until after I joined, but it's been an integral part of our community for a long time. And I just want to recognize them for all their hard work. Speaking of hard work, our budget, the mayor said quite a bit during his piece about that and how hard you and Trish and the rest of the team worked. Having been a department head and worked with you when we had to make difficult decisions, it's not easy, but the way that you present it to the departments and how they have to think is something that I've taken with me since the first budget you and I worked on in 2015 when I was a second assistant chief. And what you asked us to do was create wants versus needs. And that's something I've carried with me, not just when thinking municipally, but in my personal life with my family and with my business. And it's something that you to this day still talk to each department head about when it comes to cutting. And the reason that cutting can happen and we can maintain our services is because you truly determine what our wants are versus our needs. And you ask us to project what those wants could, when those wants could be turned into needs, but you don't reward people for just having pie in the sky ideas. And that's the kind of leadership as a CFO that you've brought to the table since you came here. And I just want to thank you for not just the hard work this year, but all the years prior that have led us to being able to succeed in tough years. So thank you for that. And then lastly, one of the other things we recognized at the beginning of this meeting was Be the Difference. And each year, since we started recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month, I've brought up my friend, one of my best friends, who killed himself a couple of years ago. And he hid some of his mental health issues for a long time. We weren't aware of them. And when they manifested themselves, we all tried to rally around him. And, you know, he worked really hard for a long time to stick with us. And it just didn't work out. But that walk starting where it does, it's a stone's throw from his house. So when we go there, it has meaning to everybody in different ways. And for me, that's one of the things that I think about. Mental health has been an issue in my family over the years, but never to the point of somebody passing. And so I think of my friend Alan Ambler every time we talk about this, and every year I bring up his name, and as long as I sit up here, I'll bring up his name. So I appreciate that we recognize that every year. And with that, I'm through with my comments. Thank you.
Committeeman Senabrino.
Thank you, Mayor. Just two comments this evening. One of the presentations was by the Elks, and what I tell my kids often is it's about the things that you do when nobody's watching, and that's what the Elks do. They constantly, continually help out the children of Middletown and our youth, and they don't look for accolations. They don't look for accolades. They don't look for praise. They just keep doing it day after day after day because it's the right thing to do. I try to tell my kids this all the time. It's not about any praise that you get. It's about doing it because it's the right thing to do. So I just want to make sure we recognize the Elks for continuing always to do the right thing and not looking for any praise. And I wish everyone in today's world would do that. Would make us a better place. And the only other item I have tonight, Mayor, is accolades to our CFO and the administration for a budget that's made to look easy. I'm sure that you could have done that in 3 slides or 4 slides. And what the public doesn't understand, as the mayor pointed out, is there are many hours of review and scrutinizing. And how do we get to a budget that has a tax levy increase of 2.97%? How do we get to a budget that has a decreasing tax rate? And these things are easy to say, and they may be easy talking points, but these are hard things to do, and these take a lot of time. They take a lot of time from the administration, from our clerk, from our administrator, from our mayor, and these are the things that I'm proud to be a part of Middletown, that make me proud to be a part of Middletown. So thank you very much for your hard work. You make it look easy, and proud to be a part of it. Mayor, thank you very much.
Thank you. Committeewoman Kratz.
Thank you, Mayor. I too just want to say thank you to Colleen and her team. It is not an easy task by a stretch, and I agree with Committeeman Santambrino. You sure do make it look easy.
Wow.
So we appreciate all of your hard work and your diligence, and to all of our department heads in addition. We are truly thankful for their diligence in turn too, to make sure that we are all being good stewards of Middletown taxpayers' dollars. And I'm quite proud of it, and you all should be too. So thank you for that. Also just wanted to also acknowledge, and it was wonderful to acknowledge our Real Quilt Guild, which is wonderful. I had an opportunity to kind of work on a quilt one time, and it is no easy task, and it is time consuming, but it's also a wonderful opportunity of community, and in this instance too, of women getting together and making something absolutely beautiful to honor. And what a wonderful occasion to honor our 250. So please go in and visit the library so you can see the rest of their work, which is beautiful, I'm sure, as well. Also, to thank the Elks in addition, what they do in our community is absolutely behind the scenes, and they certainly do not look for recognition or accolades. But I've been such a witness to so many instances where they have come through for Middletown families in so many ways, especially our special needs community. They host these wonderful dances, and it's just an opportunity to be of service. And I think their biggest takeaway, and what we should all take away, is is just how can I help? And that's really what seems to be their driving force. So it's beautiful that we were able to recognize them tonight. And that's really it for me, other than I hope everyone acknowledges also Small Business Week. Small business owner myself, and I look forward to tomorrow where we'll have be able to network and meet other small businesses in addition. So look forward to that. And with that, I am done. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. DM.
Colleen, I just have a question. I don't know if Kim had a different meeting because I didn't have the same feeling when I was in there with you. I think there was a little bit more pressure for some reason. So we're going to talk about that. But
I'm sure you could speak to the people in our suite, and especially the people who support me and my team. It's not as easy. They all hear the pressure when it
well, I just
boils.
want to hats off to all our department heads. Tony Mercatante, I know this is a lot of work. The mayor spent a ton of time. I know he did because I spent a lot of time with him. It's one of the most challenging things to do when you have increased cost every step of the way. So I want to just show my appreciation and you know, thanks, Ted. I know sometimes because you have a large budget, you do get beat up a little bit. I know you do a lot with a little bit less each year, and we appreciate that. I do want to remind everyone, Memorial Day Parade here in Middletown. Make sure everyone comes out. Small business tomorrow, roundtable. The mayor's been doing it for 6 years now.
8 years?
8 years, okay. All right, it's a great day to get.
7 years, but the only year we didn't do it was COVID.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's a great day. It's a good day to connect with small businesses in town. They are the heartbeat of us, so it's good to come out. That quilt, I was looking at the back and I thought it was amazing, but when you saw the front, it was really amazing. And to hear that it takes 4 months to make something like that is it's pretty impressive. I don't know that I would have the patience, nor I know I can't do what they created there. So that's pretty amazing. Mayor, that's all I have. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. I just a couple things. I just want to thank Janet and her team in recreation. We had the Normandy Park roller rink grand opening. I want to thank the members of the public that came out and advocated for that. When we started the Normandy Park project in 2019, I want to say, Tone, 2019. You know, it was a huge overhaul. And because of the efforts, we were actually able to save enough money within that project to then be able to do the Normandy Park roller rink, and the more than 100 residents that came out for that event over time coming in. The roller rink looks great. All the amenities around it look fantastic, and look forward to a lot of activities being hosted there. So kudos to you know, Ted and his team, and Janet and her team for and Rick had his ice cream, thanks to Janet, for the grand opening. But it was really an unbelievable success. And you know, I remember back in January when we were dealing with tariffs and things of that nature, we were getting kind of stonewalled by things at the national level that were prohibiting the dasher boards, which is the boards around the roller rink. But we were able to work through those issues and get that resolved. But it was a great day and a great opportunity and a great new addition to Normandy Park. On the same day, drive-in movie theater. I've wanted to do that for I don't know how long, since COVID. So as a part of our America 250 celebration, we had nearly 100 vehicles in the parking lot to see Hamilton. My kids did not make it through the 2 hours and 56-minute movie. But a lot of people did, and it was a great success. So kudos to Joe, who we were testing, the communications team, the mayor's office, getting everything ready. Sarah from Recreation, unbelievable job getting that all together. Great community event. The North-South lacrosse game was awesome, to say the least. One of the hits, I lost my breath. it felt like I got knocked out. But great game. South victorious in the end. But great effort by both teams, by both North and South, and South retaining the Mayor's Cup. So just hats off to Coach Connor and both North and South lacrosse. They did a great job. I also just want to give a shout out to the Middletown Historical Society, who had their weekend opening up the historic train station over at the train station parking lot, the original train station for Middletown. Last year, we leased that to them so that they could make a history museum, and they have done a fantastic job. Pete Van Nortwick, Ray Veth, Tom Valenti, Tara, great job. Just an amazing job. 250 people walked through over the weekend, and it was just really cool to see. And it's not 250 because it's the 250th anniversary of America. That was the number that they gave me. But at our last township committee meeting, we authorized funding to redo the exterior of that building. So over the course of the next few months, you'll see a lot of activity over there, restoring the exterior of that building, fixing it up so that it's here for many, many, many more decades to come. And the final thing that we awarded at our last meeting, while we're celebrating America's 250th birthday this year, there is a tragic anniversary that is also coming up, the 25th anniversary of September 11th. And as many of you know, myself and the governing body have been dedicated to preserving that beautiful, and I know I'm biased, but I think the best 9/11 memorial in the state of New Jersey. But this governing body, after a lot of hard work by Ted and his team, Colleen, Tony, the folks at T&M, the Township Committee awarded a contract to renovate the 9/11 gardens, the World Trade Center Memorial Gardens, over the next few months ahead of the 25th anniversary. The look, the solemnness of the gardens are pretty much remaining untouched, but certainly with new walkways, new lighting, all the amenities to enhance and beautify, given that those gardens are 23 years old, Tone. Temporarily, the stones will be moved. They're going to remain on location, but the walkway is going to be redone. All new footings for the monuments will be put in, new lighting, new vegetation, sprinkler systems, all of that will be completed ahead of the 25th anniversary. So I just want to say thank you to the Township Committee. Thank you to all of our professionals that were able to make that happen so that we can really enhance the dignity and truly the only site that 37 Middletown families can visit and pay their respects to the loved ones that died on September 11, 2001. With that, I'll open it up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment may do so. We ask that you state your name for the record and that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, Heidi will let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. With that being said, any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you all.